Go right out over there.
Welcome to the Metro Rack Series live streamed at allnetsports.com. Today's matchup features the Landon Bears squaring off against the Georgetown Prep Little Hoyas. Hello everybody, I'm Monica Moore alongside former All-American and National Attackman of the Year Cab Maddox. Leah Reich will join us in just a minute. But Cab, when it comes to lacrosse rivalries in the DC area, it does not get better than Georgetown Prep Landon.
Not at all. This is the game of the year for the DC area for sure.
And let's go ahead and talk about some of the keys for today's game. Obviously, Georgetown Prep having a great season so far. Landon a little back on their heels, but this is the game that they always come ready to play.
Definitely. Landon's got to figure out ways to win faceoffs today. They've been struggling at the faceoff X. Chris Hampton for Georgetown Prep has been very dominant. That's an advantage for Prep, so that's going to be a key to the game. Also finishing. Landon is having a hard time scoring, averaging only 7 goals a game. Can they score and finish their shots? I think also Alex Joyce, the starting goalkeeper for Landon, has to have a huge game to give Landon a chance to win. And finally, Landon's got to get that confidence, that swagger back. They're not playing with a lot of confidence. Their team's been in a little bit of disarray. They had a nice win the other day against Coronado. They need to play with a lot of confidence if they're going to beat Prep today. For Georgetown Prep, they've got momentum going. They had an outstanding victory over St. Stephen's last week. They've won 2 games since. They have a 3-game winning streak. And they're playing great defense. Their defense has only given up 4.1 goals a game. That's the key for them, not giving up goals. They need to take advantage of this incredible home field advantage. The crowd is wild, and they need to play into that emotion and play with that excitement.
And the crowd has certainly come out today to support their 2 teams. But before we get started with the action, let's go over to Leah Reich for a quick update.
Hey, no. Day here. It's a little bit chilly outside, but that certainly has not put a damper on the energy I'm seeing out on the field and in the stands. I'll put it towards the fans. People are getting pretty rowdy. And that is a lot of fun last year. You know what? Today's really all about who wants more.
All right, and I think that certainly is the case today. And for whoever gets the quickest start in the first quarter, it's going to be all about who wants it more today. You've already talked about the face-off situation as we get ready for our first opening face-off of today's contest. That's going to be a battle that Landon is going to be fighting all day long. The starters now taking the field as we get prepared for the national anthem. And the students could not be more excited about seeing their teams play here today.
This should be Chris Hampton against Sam Lampson for Landon. Sam Lampson is a senior face-off specialist, outstanding wrestler who loves to wrestle at the face-off X and battle and keep it a battle and keep the ball on the ground.
And of course, Sam Lampson will be headed to Fairfield to play his college lacrosse. And still battle for the ground ball. No one able to come up with it yet.
Oh my gosh.
Flag already up, and you see how much both of these 2 teams wanted early on.
Number 32 was just beating that player like a pulp, and he's already sent out of the game. He just took 2 hacks at him away from the ball. That's not controlling your emotion here in the first 10 seconds. These kids are going to be so hyped up, Monica. They've got to control themselves and play within themselves rather than do something like that and beat someone away from the ball.
Well, and certainly you feel like Landon in this first quarter feels like they have a lot to prove, as the Bears do have the opening possession of today's contest and will be able to see if they can score the first goal. And it would be such a huge momentum builder for Landon to get on the scoreboard first.
Yeah, they need confidence, and this would be a great way to start it.
That first shot by number 2, Taylor Valencia, 13 goals on the season, but the save by Rayleigh, the goalkeeper for Georgetown Prep.
Nice save, low and away, not a bad shot. He's going to Virginia, the goalie for Georgetown Prep. He's only a sophomore, he's already committed, and he's been playing great this season. Talking to Muggsy, his goalie coach, he's high on this goaltender, sophomore.
Quickly down the field comes Landon, number 15, Hank Brown.
Hank Brown is the the heart and soul of Landon. He's one of their toughest players. He's played through a lot of injuries, headed to Drexel. How he goes, Landon goes. He's a leader. He wants the ball on the stick. And I can see him out there coordinating the offense already.
Hank Brown so good at setting up his teammates. Flag down on the field. Landon with possession.
Georgetown Prep has 7 guys on the field.
And the Bears looking, Georgetown Prep doing a nice job pressuring on defense. Number 33.
There's another flag down. I don't know if that's going to be for a slash or what, but Georgetown's in a little bit of an emotional situation here. They cannot control themselves at all.
That shot by number 11, Charlie Schneider, another good offensive option for Landon. The Bears will remain with possession. Just 2 minutes into this first quarter, and really it's been all Landon in terms of time of possession.
Well, three fouls in the first 1 minute and 58 seconds of the game. That's not the way Prep wanted to start. Landon's got to get a goal here to build the confidence that we were talking about in the pregame.
Well, and to talk a little bit about this rivalry between Georgetown Prep and Landon, we've already discussed how it's one of the biggest in the DC metro area. But these two teams, year in, year out, are at the top of the IAC. They're always the teams to beat. They always have bullseyes on their back.
They've been playing since 1988 when Georgetown Prep started their program. And Landon won every single contest between 1988 and 2003 when Prep finally got their first win. And since then, it's been pretty even. Prep has a slight advantage since '03.
But of course, in the past 3 years, these two teams have faced off against each other in the IAC championship, and it has been Georgetown Prep that's had the advantage every single year. So Landon not just needing a big win today in order to get their season back on track, but certainly wanting to pay a little revenge for some seasons past. And right now the Bears looking for their first goal of the day. Another quick shot, that one by number 2, Taylor Valencia. He's been looking for his shot today and getting the Bears on the scoreboard first.
Yeah, Taylor's a Delaware commit who transferred from St. John's over the summer, and he got his first start today, or one of his first starts of the season, and he stuck that one low and away. That was a nice play by Taylor on a man-up goal, and that's the confidence that Landon needed early here.
15th goal of the year for Taylor Valencia. And Valencia and Schneider really are two of the best offensive options, and we talked about Hank Brown as well for Landon. The Bears on the scoreboard first. Now battle for the face-off. Prep looking like they're going to come up with it. That was number 16, Brendan Collins, that momentarily had possession. And now battle for the loose ball. And again, you see the emotion out on the field right now. Every ground ball being heavily contested, but things right now just going the way of Landon. Again, Landon's first goal scored by Taylor Valencia. Landon with possession. And just 2.5 minutes into this contest, Landon has had possession for almost the entire ball game. Coach Bordley has to be very happy with that fact right now, and certainly wants the momentum to continue for his team. And as you said, they had a really good win coming into this contest to try to right the ship a little bit. Their record 4-5 on the season so far, so a little uncharacteristic for Landon, but they have so much talent on this team.
Definitely, they have one quality win on the season. That's against Haverford. This would be their second quality win. They beat Haverford, who at the time was number 2 in the country. They beat them 5-4 the day after losing to Calverton. So Landon's been up and down, up and down. They need to get a big quality win, and they've come out battling here. That was a nice physical pop on the ground ball.
Great defense by Georgetown Prep, shutting down the Bears on that offensive possession as white jerseys swarmed the ball, knocked it loose, and now Georgetown Prep hoping to be able to get their first good offensive opportunity of the day.
They need to settle in here, Prep. Everyone needs to touch the ball, feel it in their pockets, relax a little bit, get their first good 6-on-6 possession.
Georgetown Prep in the home whites, Landon in brown. And Cab, we saw Georgetown Prep play against St. Stephen St. Agnes, and they got off to a bit of a sluggish start in that contest as well, and then pretty quickly settled in the second quarter and became the Prep team we're used to seeing. But right here, a turnover, and Landon with an opportunity to extend their lead even more. This is Schneider bringing the ball up the field for Landon.
Another loss of possession by Prep there offensively. They haven't found the rhythm yet.
Landon doing a great job so far, pressuring.
The longer this goes without Prep getting rhythm, this just makes it easier for Landon. See what kind of pressure Georgetown Prep puts on their attack. The attack for Landon's been not scoring quite enough this year, so we'll see how they do today.
Number 6, Peter Lako, looking for his shot right there. Landon still with possession. And another shot, that one by number 27, Jack Falk.
Jack Falk, if he has a good game, that'd be very helpful. He's a sophomore committed to Virginia, and he needs to pick it up as well.
Valencia working behind the goal, heavily defended by number 30, Matt Billings. Another loose ball, Prep battling. And Landon coming up with it, number 27 for the Bears, Jack Falk. We were just talking about him, Cab. You were calling for him to have a big game, and that's a huge goal right there.
That's huge. That's huge. He's been on the second line midfield this year. If he can get production from that midfield line, that's going to be outstanding for Landon. What a great start for Landon today.
6 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in this first quarter. It has been all Landon, the Landon student section feeling it so far. One goal by Taylor Valencia, another one by Jack Falk. And now Georgetown Prep desperately needing possession as Hampton with the face-off win. Blumenstein coming up with it. And now Georgetown Prep hoping to get some momentum.
Prep so far has won 2 out of 3 face-offs, and Chris Hampton has had a great season. We'll see how that continues to go. I know Sam Lampson's going to battle him. Number 19, Sam Lampson.
Georgetown Prep, of course, had 2 back-to-back losses in their season, one to Gonzaga, the other to Gilman, and then have righted the ship, had that huge win, their first IAC win of the season against St. Stephen St. Agnes, really proving themselves in that contest because that was really a battle between 2 evenly matched teams. Georgetown Prep gutting that one out, looking for another IAC win today. That shot by Strittmatter.
Yeah, that win against St. Stephen's by Prep was their best win of the season so far.
Nice ball movement by Prep, but an errant shot right there.
I think it was deflected. Finally, Prep's generating some shots. I think that was 2 quick ones there. They're getting a little offensive rhythm here. Let's see how they go. They put their, I think this is their first line midfield going back out. Yep, Kyle Shanahan, number 8. And looks like they're running Colin Giblin out there. They started number 5, Charlie Hornig, on attack. And I believe he's still out there. I think they're running Colin Giblin, number 4, who started with the ball there as a midfielder. We'll see.
We've talked about a lot of the offensive options for Landon. Georgetown Prep, of course, has a lot of offensive strength as well.
Georgetown Prep, number 16. Watch for number 16, Brendan Collins. I was impressed with him last week against St. Stephen's. And looks like they're long-sticking Brendan, and he's a sophomore, this boy right here, but the ball headed to Notre Dame. They're showing him a lot of respect by long-sticking him and short-sticking Shanahan and number 28, Riley Peters.
Peters looking for a shot right there. Georgetown Prep still with possession.
Yeah, Liam's the quarterback of the, Liam Gidlin, number 3, is the quarterback. He's possessing the ball right now. As he goes, the offense goes. He has excellent vision, excellent feeder, probably leads the team in points and in assists.
And this is Horning right here. Got his first start against St. Stephen St. Agnes, had a huge game in that contest for Georgetown Prep. And as you talked about, Giblin, really ice in his veins, took a shot late in the game when Georgetown Prep was up by 1 that a lot of people might have thought was ill-advised. And there's a goal right there by Kyle Shanahan to cut into this lead. Now our score 2-1.
got his hands free and let it go. Nice rollback play by Brennan Collins, number 16. That was their best offensive set by far. They had good rhythm. They generated about 4 or 5 shots. Excellent patience. They attacked from behind. They attacked from the wing, and you can't let Kyle rip it. That kid is enormous. He's about 6'4", 225 pounds.
Last time we saw Georgetown Prep play, it took him a little while to get started, but he consistently looks for his shot and is a great offensive option for Georgetown Prep. Landon coming up with the faceoff, a huge faceoff win for the Bears. And now they will look to clear the ball.
That was Povich actually playing on the wing. Alex Povich getting the ground ball on the wing. Playing long stick midi.
Of course, the Povich name very well known in this area. He is the great-grandson of Shirley Povich, the well-known writer for the Washington Post, well-known for his work with baseball and what he did for sports journalism in this area.
I believe he worked for the Post for 70 years, I was told before the game.
Quite an impressive career. Certainly a tough last name to live up to. And speaking of the Washington Post, for all of your high school sports stories, game coverage, videos, photo galleries, and recruiting news, visit allnetsports.com, a product of the Washington Post. Every school, every sport, all the time.
Charlie Schneider, whoa, great save right there by the goalie.
That shot by number 20 for the Bears, Rob Dunnigan, but as you said, just a beautiful save by Will Rayleigh, only a sophomore. The starting goalkeeper for Georgetown Prep, having a great season so far for the Little Hoyas.
He picked up that ball off a cut and a feed from behind extremely well. That's an impressive save for a sophomore goaltender.
That shot right in front of us, a hard shot. Rayleigh read it the entire way. Now in the waning minutes of this first quarter.
That's a great ride by Landon, getting a 30-second delay on the ride. You get 30 seconds to clear the ball from possession and get into the offensive third of the field, and Prep couldn't do it because of Landon's pressure there. Excellent ride by Landon.
And Cav, I have been really impressed so far with Landon. They've really come out to play today, have done some nice things offensively, some nice things defensively. I think Coach Boardley has a lot to be happy about so far in this contest.
Yeah, this is excellent momentum to build on the confidence. I haven't seen him play like this, frankly. I missed the Haverford game. I've seen him play 4 or 5 times. This is the highest level, and it's not surprising. It's fitting that they play their best against Prep, their arch rival. These guys don't like each other, and every single kid's going to play to the highest possible level in this game. Timeout there called by Coach Boardley as Hank was getting harassed, but Hank's playing very well.
And our live coverage today brought to you by Sport Automotive, Chevrolet, and Honda. Be a sport fan too. Visit sportautomotive.com. Since 1997, Mad Lax is lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out madlax.com to learn about tryouts for the DC area's most competitive Summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 to 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention Metro Lax Series to receive a 15% discount. Visit madlax.com, and as always, play with passion.
Yeah, it's hard to describe the environment here, but maybe you guys watching can hear the Prep student section right behind us. They are loud and boisterous, and they're battling back and forth themselves in their own little battle with the Landon student section, which is here in full, wearing all white.
We've talked about last year's championship contest. It was won in overtime. We have the winning shot for you right here by Bobby Griffin, the All-Met Player of the Year. What a huge win for Georgetown Prep in that contest, their 3rd IAC tournament championship in a row.
One of the questions I had for this game was who's going to be the Bobby Griffin of 2012. Every year it seems there's amazing players in this game, and I'm curious to see who's going to put the team on their backs and carry them. If this is a close game, someone's got to make an amazing shot like Bobby did last year and become part of the great history of this game.
And Cap, one thing you and I talked about before the game is the fact that this year, for the first time in the IAC, there will not be a regular season champion. Instead, the regular season will define seeding for the tournament, and the tournament will be where the trophy, the championship is awarded. So that's what you're really playing for.
Everything, yeah. You don't have to, I don't think you need to tell the kids this game is for seeding, because these guys want to win. It doesn't matter if it's for seeding or not, but this is the first year they're going to do that. The playoffs mean 100% of who wins the title.
Once again, nice defense by Georgetown Prep, forcing the turnover and giving the Little Hoyas an opportunity to tie things up before halftime. 1 minute, 24 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Again, Landon up by 1. Our score right now, 2 Landon, 1 Georgetown Prep.
See if Prep can maintain their momentum they created in their last offensive possession.
On their last possession, they did a good job working the ball around, getting lots of people involved, and of course they got a great shot out of Shanahan. Almost a turnover as Townsend Brown losing control, and now it's Landon with an opportunity. Under a minute remaining in this first quarter.
Ooh.
The Bears will set up their offense,
Hank
not try to rush anything.
Yep, smart kid. I probably would have shot it, but I'm probably not as smart as Hank. Smart decision by Hank to control tempo, get a little rhythm back on offense after 2 poor offensive possessions. See how he does here. He's got a short stick matchup, inverted, so they like this matchup.
And of course, Hank Brown,
Prep's calling out a zone actually off the ball.
as you said, really the quarterback of this offense. 10 goals, 10 assists on the season. Will be heading to play at Drexel, but really brings so much to this Landon team. And that shot by number 9, Matt Podalicchio. And with that, the first quarter is over. Landon up 2-1. A great start for the Bears in this contest.
That was a good hard take by Matt Podalicchio. I like to see him go hard to the cage like that. They need balance in their attack. They need to come from different angles. And coming from behind, I didn't think they would today at all. I thought they were going to be purely midfield based. They need a lot of that.
When I thought they executed really well on offense, particularly that last possession, Hank Brown did a nice job. They got a good look, even though they weren't able to convert. And really defensively as well, I thought they played very strong.
They've picked it up. It's been back and forth. I think the beginning 10 minutes or maybe 8 minutes was dominated by Landon, and Prep has had a few possessions that they've got themselves back. This is going to be a great game.
And for Georgetown Prep, we talked about the fact we saw them get off to a slow start against St. Stephen's St. Agnes as well. St. Stephen's St. Agnes owned the first quarter, and then Georgetown Prep came back with a vengeance in the second quarter. What do the Little Hoyas need to do? Obviously, they had a good first quarter. They got a great shot out of Shanahan, but some things they want to correct as well.
Yeah, much like that game, Georgetown Prep had a lot of fouls to start the game. So as soon as they limit their fouls, they get in better rhythm. And if they can stay out of the penalty box, Georgetown Prep, they'll do fine. They'll do fine offensively. They just got to stay out of the box and keep winning faceoffs.
Well, we talked a lot about the emotion that surrounds this game. It seemed like Georgetown Prep really came out with a lot of that emotion. It might have caused some of those penalties that we saw. It's a great atmosphere here today, and these two teams, this game, you've already talked about it so much, it means so much to these two clubs.
Yeah, it's a lot. And the seniors have experience in this game, and they're going to be more poised and more confident early on until everyone gets the nerves out, and then everyone should be okay.
Our second quarter almost underway. Face off, something we've already talked quite a bit about. It's both teams battling to win in that statistical category. And now let's head back over to Leah Reich for another update from the sidelines.
Back on, Monica.
Another defensive shutdown for Landon and an opportunity for the Bears right here.
Looks like they're restarting. Landon's going to keep possession here.
So our second quarter just underway, 11 minutes, 23 seconds remaining. And Landon continuing to have things go the way of the Bears in this contest. Of course, Landon last year during the regular season won that matchup as well, 10-5. And we talked about the fact they did then lose to Georgetown Prep in the tournament, but the two teams split on the season.
I think that's part of the reason why the coaches voted to make the championship of the playoffs worth everything. They've split the last 3 years, and sometimes the team that wins the last game isn't the champion, and it's been strange with points. So making the playoffs worth everything makes sense now.
And of course, the IAC is such a tough place to play. St. Stephen, St. Agnes, we've already talked a lot about that team, who's certainly going to be looking to make some waves this year. Landon has already had their first IAC loss of the season. They lost to Bullis earlier in the year, so this one means a lot to Landon. They don't want their second IAC loss. As we've talked about, the seeding for that tournament will depend on the standings of the regular season.
Yeah, the alumni were not happy about the loss to Bullis, first time ever. And speaking with the alums, they're a little confused about what the heck's going on. They've got to be pleased with what they see so far today.
Schneider. Ultimus, sorry, for Georgetown Prep. Another good scoring option. This is Giblin. Ball knocked away from Shanahan. Already a goal on the day for Georgetown Prep. And right now, Georgetown Prep being very patient, looking to test Alec Joyce, the goalkeeper. And again, two players behind the goal for Georgetown Prep. This is Horning, number 5, momentarily losing his footing.
Prep's doing a nice job of mixing offenses. They've gone to invert. They've gone to 2-2-2 regular. They want to find the best matchup. It looks like they're going to keep a short stick on Kyle Shanahan, number 8. This is Pena on him. This is one of Pena's first games of the season. He has not been healthy. He's been out, and I believe this is only his second or third game this year. Number 7, Alex Pena, guarding Kyle Shanahan. He's probably not in the best shape. He looks a little tired right now, Pena, so Kyle's got to like that matchup. Number 8, Kyle Shanahan.
And Cab, we've already talked some about some of the questions that you had going into today's contest, things that you're looking for, trying to find out what the answers are. That shot looked like it was by Brendan Collins. What are some of the other questions on your mind for this contest?
Well, one of them was the face-offs. I touched on that already. You know, Landon hasn't been winning face-offs at all this year. But the second was, can Landon score? They're only averaging 7.4 goals a game, and that's just way too low. They need to generate more goals. They're off to a pretty good start here, but I think things are going to settle down a little bit after a nice save here by Joyce. You know, both teams are finally 100% healthy. I just touched on Pena being able to play. Landon's been banged up. Schneider's been hurt. Hank Brown's hurt. Hank Brown always seems hurt, but he always plays hurt. He's a tough kid. So getting rhythm now with everybody. And here's Pena bringing the ball in. I've only seen him play in one game this year.
And of course, go to hashtag MetroLax Series to follow the conversation. Feel free to add your thoughts, your views. We always are very interested in hearing what the individuals watching these contests think.
Now I know how Dick Vitale and the ESPN crew feels sounding. They can't hear. I can't hear anything when this crowd behind us is screaming. Prep boys are loud. Looks like they have a little bit more energy, but we are right behind them, so we'll see if we can hear the Landon guys soon.
And of course, we are on the campus of Georgetown Prep. Their student section coming out in full force today. That's too bad. When you get a shot from up top, if it's not backed up, the coaches are going to scream at you. You got to back up shots from the midfield as an attackman. That shot by Hank Brown. Now Georgetown Prep quickly working the ball up the field with Riley Peters. And once again, Prep quickly working the ball around, trying to get lots of different people involved. Shanahan up top for the Little Hoyas. Shanahan working, looking to score, but instead quickly corralled by Alex Joyce.
I heard Coach Giblin, I'm standing about 20 feet away from him, just yell, go hard, and take that short stick to the goal. I think he liked that matchup. Didn't convert it though. Didn't put the shot away.
6 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in this second quarter. No goals scored yet in this second period, so Landon's still up by 1. That shot by number 11, Schneider.
That was an excellent dodge. That guy he did a split to roll back. He's dodging with a lot of confidence there. They need him to keep dodging like that, especially if he gets matched up short stick. Looks like they're denying him the ball. Number 11, Schneider, making him work for the ball a little bit.
Valencia
right
working. And this is Hank Brown.
Tough goal.
And the Landon fans ecstatic. Quite a goal by the Bears. That one scored by Peter Lyko. 6th goal of the year for the Penn commit.
Tough ground ball. Hank Brown ripped it from the outside, and he just got the rebound goal there, but that's tough to do. Pick up a ground ball with people beating on you and put it away.
So Peter Lyko, the first goal of the second period. Landon 3, Georgetown Prep 1. And again, things continuing to go the way of the Bears. And one of your questions, Cab, was about Landon scoring. They've gotten 3 goals today by 3 different players so far. But Georgetown Prep quickly coming up with the ball. That shot by number 21, Chris Hampton, the face-off specialist.
That's what he brings up, the face-off, the ability to attack quickly. We saw it against St. Stephen's last week. He's an outstanding player, and he can play offense as well. He's headed to the University of Denver, and for obvious reason, he can do more than just face off.
And we saw Chris Hampton, in fact, score a goal last week very quickly off a face-off. He is very dynamic, brings a lot to his team. There, a turnover by the Bears, quickly giving the ball back to Giblin. An opportunity, what a save!
Kick the stick.
By the goalkeeper, Alex Joyce for Landon.
Right now what they're doing is illegal, and the refs are letting it go. You can't kick the goalie's stick when he's got a clamp. But Joyce is on fire, huh? If he plays like this is going to be tough for Prep.
Again, Joyce will be playing for Georgetown next year.
That was very fortunate. Mike Rhodes on that last clear threw the ball away unnecessarily, and Joyce, his goalie, bailed him out.
Last year, Joyce was honorable mention all-net. The goalkeeper for Landon having a great day so far in this contest. Certainly great players, always play well, but certainly step up their game for the big contest. And if you want to purchase a copy of this game or any of the games in the Metro Lac series, go to www.synthesismp.com. And this one so far, again, has been all Landon.
I think Jack Falk's got confidence, which is good to see after his first goal. Taking the short stick matchup hard.
Again, the Bears' first goal scored by Valencia, then Falk got into the action. And then finally, that last goal by Lyko for the Bears. The lone goal scorer for Georgetown Prep so far in this contest was Shanahan. 4 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Landon being patient. That shot once again by Lyko.
I think that was another great save there by Will Rayleigh, the goalie, number
And again, since 1997, Mad Lax is lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out madlax.com to learn about tryouts for DC's most competitive summer all-star program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 to 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention Metro Lax Series to receive a 15% discount. Visit madlax.com, and as always, play with passion.
We got timeout here, Landon.
All right, and now a message from our sponsor.
Sport Hottest is a very excellent dealership.
The selection is really great. The prices are good.
They treat you like family.
I'm Sheba. I'm from Baltimore, and I am a sport fan.
Sport Honda is just a very excellent dealership.
The selection is really great. The prices are good.
They treat you like family.
I'm Sheba. I'm from Baltimore, and I am a sport fan.
Sport Honda. Be a sport fan too.
Sport Honda is just a very excellent dealership.
The selection is really great. The prices are...
All right, now, Cab, let's go ahead and visit your top 10 for the week. Always some changes going on. So who do you have on top this week?
Quickly, I'll give it the top 5 here before we get going. It's number 1, Gonzaga, who has beaten this Georgetown Prep team, gets a nod. Number 2, Georgetown Prep after their win over St. Stephen's. Number 3 will keep St. Stephen's there, even though they lost to Prep. They have quality wins over McDonough and Boys Latin. Number 4, I have Calverton, who beat this Landon team and also beat Episcopal. Number 5, Bullis on their win over Landon last week. And I'll get the rest here later. We're about to get rolling.
There you see IAC teams, 3 of them in the top 5. We've talked about how difficult it is to play in the IAC, and you're certainly seeing 2 of the best right here who have pretty much owned the IAC in lacrosse for quite some time. And it is Landon so far on the day that has come out to play in this contest. And perhaps, Cab, are you a little surprised by the way that things have transpired so far today?
I'm impressed with the way they're playing. I'm not surprised because Coach Boardley and his staff do an amazing job preparing for this game and kind of holding things close to the vest until this game. I'm seeing new offenses in this game for Landon. I'm seeing new matchups. I'm seeing new players playing different positions. So they bring it all for this game, and they're doing a nice job so far, both on the field and as coaches in preparation.
Turnover, giving the ball back to Georgetown Prep. Meanwhile, Georgetown Prep struggling to find their offense. We've talked about the fact that the goalkeeper for Landon having a good day so far, Alex Joyce, but something Georgetown Prep has struggled with in their losses has been finding that offense.
Yeah, they've been hot and cold. I mean, they score a little bit more than Landon, but they need to get the ball to number 16 if he's got a short stick here. This boy right here, 29, headed to Middlebury, can dodge very well. He's got an amazing split dodge. Jack Cleary, number 29. Watch his split. If he sets himself up, his left to right split is devastating.
Cleary right now operating behind the goal.
He loves this move. It's very quick.
Cleary trying to set something up.
Looks like he's gonna hold off.
And instead he will give it up to Collins. Collins with the shot, goes wide.
That long pole. They've got a long pole on Collins. Let's see how they do now. They got a sideline horn. They're going to bring in their starting short stick defensive players and best defensive players.
The ball will remain with Georgetown Prep. Liam Giblin, again, the quarterback of this offense for Georgetown Prep, operating behind the goal. He's defended by number 5, Alex Povich. What a beautiful job around the crease is Ultimus. They're on to the second goal of the day. Georgetown Prep, and just like that, the Little Rams have cut the lead to 1.
Yeah, they were thinking about not calling that a goal, but it was a goal. He stuck that before he went in the crease on a hard inside rope. Hard move by Bear Ultimus. That was a great move. I think he's got to get involved. He's got to go to Princeton. He's already committed to Princeton, Bear Ultimus. Showed his power there. That was a nice play.
Giving the student section behind us a lot to cheer about. And so 1 minute, 44 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Landon's lead has been cut to 1. No scoring affair here today as Georgetown Prep coming up with it off the face-off. Hampton looking, another save by Alex Joyce.
Alex Joyce is really seeing the ball in the outside shot. That's 2 shots by Chris Hampton off the face-off that he stopped that are impressive. Chris Hampton, Sam Lamson, the face-off guy for Landon, has 2 false starts. You can't give those easy ones to Chris Hampton and Prep. They're going to eventually stick those.
Perhaps Alex Joyce, knowing the MO for Chris Hampton, that he likes to look for his shot off those face-off wins, doing a great job there. Alex Joyce has come to play today for the Landon Bears, and now just over a minute remaining in the second quarter. Will Landon try to hold for the last shot like we saw them do at the end of the first quarter?
Yeah, 50 seconds, I would imagine they surely will. They're going to put their first midfield in here. They have another timeout in their back pocket to use before the end of the half. But this is a pretty good matchup. Short stick on Hank Brown. He's got to put the stick in the left hand, though.
We saw Hank Brown hold the ball for a lot of that last minute in the first quarter. That shot by Schneider, saved by Rayleigh. Bit of a quick shot there for Landon.
I'm surprised to see that, actually. If Prep goes down scores here, that's a huge mistake by Landon. I think Prep's got a timeout. They might use it here. I think they have one left. They can touch it in.
Prep could tie things up before halftime.
They're going to get a timeout. Oh, amazing save.
Couldn't tell right there if Joyce got a piece of that one, but regardless, 2.7 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Georgetown Prep going to talk things over. Not a lot of time remaining.
No, I think he got a piece of that. He tipped it just enough to keep that thing out of the goal. Another great save by Joyce, who's playing great right now. I heard that Joyce played like this in their win over Haverford, and that's part of the reason why they beat Haverford. They beat Haverford 5-4, and that was their best win of the season thus far. And Alex Joyce played fantastic in that game, and he's doing the same thing today.
Absolutely. If you had to pick a man of the match so far in this game, it would absolutely be Alex Joyce. He has come to play today. He has limited Georgetown Prep to just 2 goals so far and has had a number of very impressive saves.
Yeah, they had a chance to call a timeout and they decided not to, because I think they expected Brennan to score that goal. Now there's only 3 seconds to go, or 2.7 seconds to go, and they have a timeout called. I don't know how you can, unless you do an alley-oop or something here. This is pretty hard to do. Score in under 3 seconds on the cross, but you might as well give it a shot here. They're going to start goal line extended, and maybe they'll throw it in the middle and help for a quick rebound play. Or if they steal a goal here, again, I'm going to go back and harp on that wasted offensive possession by Landon. Landon should have attacked with under 10 seconds to go, not with under 30. So hopefully Landon can get out with the lead here at halftime.
So we will see what Coach Giblin and his staff have come up with for this final 2.7 seconds.
There's 5 guys jammed up on the crease.
Giblin firing something inside, and no surprise, it is Alex Joyce that gets to the ball first. What a first half for Landon. What a first half for Alex Joyce.
That doesn't count as a save, but it counts as a smart play and a great play.
But certainly in the eyes of the coaching staff for Landon and the fans, Alex Joyce once again the hero for Landon. Landon ending the second period up by 1. And really a great first half for the Bears. A low scoring contest for both of these two teams.
That's what whenever these guys play, it's never been more than 4 goals, going back as far as I can track the records. And this one's one goal right now, and it's probably going to stay that way. Both these teams are so well prepared and coached, and limit mistakes and play perfect game plans. So expect much the same. Now, half times, this is a major chess match right now. We're going to see who comes out and makes adjustments in the second half. No team has played any zone yet. No team has done any crazy shutoffs on defense or anything like that. Obviously, Prep's got to talk about finishing, but I would say they're probably even in shots. It's just that Alex Joyce is making a few more saves. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of changes are made going into the third.
Well, as you said, you've seen things today from Landon that they have not displayed so far for the season. So maybe Coach Boardley saving some things as well for the second half, trying to mix some things up and throw Georgetown Prep off even more.
Yeah, definitely. I mentioned they've been holding things maybe for this game. It looks like they're running a new offense. They have players back like Pena. They have players playing different positions. I saw Povich up on the wing. He's playing close defense. So they're playing guys in different spots, and it seems to be working.
And of course, you talked about the fact that for Landon, despite the 4-5 record, they now have some more personnel back. They're trying to get healthy after having some guys out, and it seems like it's made a bit of a difference.
Yeah, if they were, I mean, they've lost 5 games this year, and 6 would tie a school record going back to 1971 when the program started. The most losses in a season ever for Landon is 6, and their overall record is 541 and 94 all time. And they're going to do everything they can to avoid tying that school record.
And once again, let's have a message from our sponsor.
If you need a new car, you absolutely have to come to Sport.
They made me feel like I was part of their Sport family.
They have the biggest selection, great prices, and everybody's nice.
I'm Annalisa from Hyattsville, and I'm a Sport fan.
Sport Chevrolet, be a Sport fan too.
If you
All right, and Cab, we've already talked a little bit about your top 10. We got to see the top 5 on that list, but let's go ahead and revisit that top 10, talk about some of the other teams that are in your top 10 this week.
Yeah, number 6 is this team here, Landon, 4-5. Even though they're 4-5, they're still a top 10 team for sure, and one of the best teams in the area. They're going to come in at our ranking at number 6. They beat Haverford. This would be another huge win and obviously move them up in the rankings. Number 7 is St. Mary's Riken, the Catholic League team from Calvert County that's 7-1, has a lot of great players. We did their game a few weeks ago, and they beat Paul VI, who comes in at 8. Paul VI beat Episcopal, who comes in at number 9. Episcopal's been playing great of late. They beat St. Albans, and Coach Conklin does a nice job over there, maximizing the talents they have. And number 10 is Langley, the only public school representative on this list, and Langley's the 3-time defending state champions in Virginia, led by Sean Ahern and Chandler Suk and Andrew Spivey. And they have an easy schedule this year, but they do play Georgetown Prep in a few weeks. We're doing that game, so they may be undefeated going into that game, which we'd like to see.
And speaking of that, a lot of these teams that are on Cab's top 10 will be featured or have already been featured on the Metro Lax Series. Of course, Episcopal next week. Georgetown Prep, we will see them again. Gonzaga, we will see them again. Langley, we will see them. So go on to allmetsports.com, check out the Metro Lax Series to see the schedule, because some of the best lacrosse games of the season, of course, the replays. You can see the replay of Georgetown Prep, St. Stephen's, St. Agnes, of Gonzaga, Bolus, and the other games that have already been produced in the Metro Lax Series.
Yeah, it's great for the DC area to have these live games and the opportunity for alumni all over the country, I guess all over the world, to turn on the internet and watch live games. There's a lot of outstanding alumni from both sides here, Prep and Landon, who would love to be here and be part of the energy and the crowd here behind us, which is always a fun environment, and they probably miss it. You know, there's lots of alumni here from both schools. However, it's probably not a record Landon Prep crowd.
Jeff, give me the crowd.
Well, and of course, before the game, we saw the students run out all together. What a great tradition here that these two teams do. The Landon student section, the Georgetown Prep student section, coming out to support their teams. Really, I've never seen anything like it.
There's been a lot of great teams. You know, both schools have been ranked number 1 in the country numerous times. Landon's had talks about comparing this team to the 02 team that was 20-0, that had Matt Ward and Peter Lamedy and McCormick, and there was the 1992 Landon team that was 18-0 with Todd Eichelberger and Mike Banks and Clay Curtis, and the 1988 team that 18-0 with Johnny Miklich and Steve Muir. The Landon team before the season was talking about having that type of year, and it's gotten off to a rocky start, but talent-wise, Coach Bordley mentioned and referenced those outstanding Landon teams, and still believes, in speaking with him, that they can have a productive season and win the IC and be one of the top teams in the country.
And of course, Leah Reich there getting to interact with some of the students in the Georgetown Prep student section, some of them lucky recipients of some t-shirts for the Metro Lax Series. Leah, certainly a fan favorite. And the team's back out on the field. Georgetown Prep looking to try to take the lead for the first time today when action resumes. Back on their heels just a little bit. They have played from behind during the entire contest. nice look at the goalkeeper for Georgetown Prep, Will Rayleigh, warming up in goal for the Little Hoyas.
Yeah,
and let's talk a little bit about the two coaches. We've already mentioned them quite a bit, but really in terms of coaching royalty, these two coaches, two of the best, they are so well known. They really have put these two schools on the map.
Yeah, well, Coach Bordley has been the head coach here since 1975. And that's, I believe, 37 years if I do my math correct. And Kevin Giblin's been the only coach here since the school started the sport in 1988, 24 years. They've had some memorable games going back with incredible players. Going back to Georgetown Prep, going back to players like Brendan Fry and those who made the program famous back in the early days when they're just getting going, like John Paleologis. And then more recent players who were college All-Americans like Matt Hahn and Matt Hickman and Danny Gladding. And then the Kemp brothers, all three of them, one of whom's starting at Notre Dame right now. Just loaded with outstanding alumni.
So certainly the alumni, the history of this contest, all the great players that have played in this Landon-Georgetown Prep rivalry, and I know that they still follow this game so closely. This means so much to the alumni for both of these two schools because that history, that tradition goes so deep.
Yeah, there's a ton of tradition, and it goes back to the 70s for Landon and the late 80s for Prep, and to continue there for some of the big alums for Landon. I mentioned the Prep guys there. Taylor Simmers, these are guys who did well, and Taylor Simmers, who I actually grew up next to, Alex Cade in the 90s, Todd Eichelberger, Ryan Curtis, who's the head coach at University of Vermont right now. He was on the world team. Matt Ward, who played at the University of Virginia and won the Tewaaraton. He graduated from Landon. Ian Healy, Brendan Healy. The list goes on and on and on, all the way to the young boys, who like Max Feely, who was a first-team All-American defenseman last year at Cornell. It's an impressive list of alums.
And of course, some of the players out on the field today will be joining those ranks, going on to very impressive college careers. We've already talked about a lot of the players that have committed to go on to play at the next level, but it really is impressive when you talk about these two teams and the number of athletes that consistently go on to play at the Division I level for both Landon and Georgetown Prep.
Yeah, Georgetown Prep on my last count has 15 players headed, and Landon has 10, and that list will go up and up here as the weeks go on.
So at least 25 players in this contest playing at the next level, and some of them have. We talked about this during the St. Stephen, St. Agnes Georgetown Prep game, but a lot of sophomores already committing to play at the next level as Landon wins the first face-off of the second half.
Yeah, it's a new trend for Division I college coaches, is to try to grab the kids early. They start talking to them freshman year or after their freshman year season, and there's about 7 sophomores committed between both teams here. Some of whom barely played as freshmen, but they get picked up in the summer playing for either Landon or for an all-star team like Madlax, and they commit before their sophomore seasons. That's how young it starts. I'm not sure it's the best thing for the game. It's not the greatest thing for kids that develop late or grow late. They're usually taking chances, but it's just the way that the game's going. Everyone wants to get the kids first and before anybody else.
Well, and of course, there's so many opportunities for coaches to see these kids now because of all the camps, all the all-star teams, and there's so much visibility for these athletes. And even at a school like Georgetown Prep, as a sophomore, as a freshman, like you said, you probably don't get a lot of playing time. You're playing behind some other guys, but some of these kids already have commitments because coaches have seen them on their all-star teams and at these camps.
Oh, sure, definitely. If you're getting on the field here, either one of these teams as a freshman or sophomore, you're probably a Division I player locked up.
Hank Brown's shot.
That was a great move by Hank Brown. He completely smoked that short stick, and wishes he'd stuck that one.
You could see a bit of frustration there by Brown, but he has been looking for his shot today, been looking to set up his teammates, and now Landon picking up right where they left off in the first half, where it seemed like the Bears' own time of possession. During that period, they had a lot of opportunities, were able to capitalize on 3, now up by 1 in this third period.
Rob Dunnigan here with the balls had some very nice games. I saw him play against Coronado the other day. He turned that over, but he's had some good games and needs to be able to break down a short stick and make a play.
Now Georgetown Prep looking to clear. 10 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Cross-field pass handled by Billings.
Landon's utilizing the bear ride here where they're stacking the midfield. Prep did a nice job. They had to go back and forth twice to break it. It's not easy to break that ride.
And now Prep will set up their offense. Ultimus working behind the goal, already a goal on the day for Bear Ultimus. The other goal scorer is Shanahan with the ball right now. And Georgetown Prep just continuing to look to have some guys step up and finish on offense. Flag up.
He stepped out of the box, so they have to blow the whistle there, even though the flag was down and to play on.
And it has been a very hard task today to score a goal on the goalkeeper for Landon, Alex Joyce. Quite a contest that young man is having, has really been the star of the game.
Yeah, he's playing fantastic. This is going to be a challenge here, man up. Prep's got a lot of big shooters.
So Prep can be a little patient here with an opportunity to get the shot that they want. Giblin gives it up. Now Collins back over to Giblin. Quick ball movement by the Little Hoyas. Now Colin Giblin looking to set something up from behind the goal. Shot by Collins.
I like it better when Brendan shoots overhand. That kid shoots the ball on the run better than he does standing still based on that shot.
And once again, Liam Giblin will look to set things up. And that shot by number 11.
It's a great save.
Matter.
Good piece by Joyce again. Nice, good shot by Strip Matter. Overhand corner.
And finally Shanahan getting a shot off as well.
That shot hit the actual corner and it looked like it was going to bounce in, and I think the goalie thought it was a goal.
So perhaps a little luck there for Landon, able to escape unscathed off the man-up situation. Georgetown Prep getting 3 good looks off of that possession.
And Alex Joyce, I'm not sure the camera picked it up, but Alex Joyce just got flattened behind the goal on a pick, and the refs didn't call it. He was just setting an off-ball pick and just got trampled, and they didn't blow the whistle at all. I guess the refs didn't see it.
Meanwhile, Hank Brown operating for Landon, number 15. We have seen a lot of him today. Really, I think earlier, Cab, you called him the heart and soul of this Landon offense. Such a big part of what they do.
Yeah, he's their grit. He's their toughness. He plays through injury. He's got a nice matchup here again. Well, they're denying him the ball. 23 for Prep is denying him the ball. James Martin making him work. Here we go.
Brown up top, 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Brown looking. Ball loose, battle for it. Rayleigh trying to get his stick on it. Finally, it looked like number 30, Billings.
Nice ground ball. They call it a moving pick off the ground ball.
So a bit of a break there for Georgetown Prep. And once again, the Little Hoyas will look to set up their offense. Landon coming to pressure on the ride.
Prep hasn't had the easiest time clearing, but that might have been the easiest one right there in the entire game. Smooth clear.
And now Horning will work the ball behind the goal. And look at number 15, Hank Brown, pressuring. He is everywhere.
he should get off and rest if he can off defense.
He has been so active today, really working hard for Landon. Giblin behind the goal. Horning with the shot, another save by Alex Joyce.
Joyce is absolutely on fire. That was a 3 or 4 yard shot that should have been a goal. Smart play by Schneider to get everybody on the field here is fresh.
And this is Dunnigan once again for Landon. 7 goals on the season. And now Landon slowing things down, being very patient on offense. As Dunnigan will hand off to Sam Lynch, heading to Johns Hopkins.
The first time I've seen Sam touch the ball, I'd like to see him get involved here and break down the short stick. He's inverted and has the ability to.
Momentarily defended by Cleary, now picked up by Norton. 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in Landon. Being very patient, looking for the shot that they want on this possession. Very smart by the Bears. Errant pass, battle for the loose ball. Prep battling to come up with it.
See, that type of turnover is what I've been seeing all season. They can't get back to that type of stuff, that silly stuff like that. They've got to play with the confidence they had in the first part of this game.
So Landon very patient, worked the ball around, and then a sloppy turnover by the Bears.
They were fortunate to get the ball back real quick right there. Let's see if Prep can put a good ride on here.
And of course, that has been one thing we haven't seen today is really making teams pay as much for their mistakes. Landon getting the ball right back with another opportunity. Nice look ahead to Dunnigan. And now Hank Brown once again, absolutely relentless, so much energy. And again, we will see some patience out of Landon. Schneider calling the play up top for the Bears.
They're going to keep long sticking number 11, Schneider. Landon's got to mix it up.
And once again, a bit of a sloppy play. Hank Brown able to come to the ground ball. But Landon not as crisp on offense in these past few possessions as Brown gets flattened. Big defensive play for Georgetown Prep. And then Jack Olson pushing the ball forward for the Little Hoyas.
That was a great hit. I think that was number 32. Blew up the player and the crowd. The Georgetown Prep student body is going nuts right now, and that might give the Prep offense some life. Sometimes big hits do that.
Hank Brown certainly got the worst of it right there. Georgetown Prep coming up with the big defensive play. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Shot by Georgetown Prep. Looks like the Little Hoyas will hang on to possession. And again, scoreless in this third period so far. A low-scoring affair on the day. 3 goals for Landon, 2 for Prep. But again, those 2 goals for Georgetown Prep, you have to give so much credit to Alex Joyce, who has really been able to deny the Little Hoyas so much today back in goal. Strittmatter up top, draws 2 defenders, loses his footing. Quick pass.
That wasn't smart. He was fortunate. Number 28, Riley Peters, went behind the back there from an odd angle. He did take a cross check, so he's lucky to draw a foul, but that was unnecessary behind the back.
Little sloppy play or some mental errors by both of these two teams.
Huge opportunity for Prep here to tie this game.
2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in this third quarter. And again, our live coverage today brought to you by Automotive Chevrolet and Honda. Be a sport fan too, visit sportautomotive.com.
Prep starting in a 1-4-1 man-up formation.
So another good man-up opportunity here for Georgetown Prep. Last time they got 3 opportunities in a man-up situation. We're not able to convert. Strip Matter gives it up. Collins with the shot. Joyce read it all the way.
It was a good shot. Just the location didn't make Joyce move, and Joyce has seen the ball too well to not make him move to save the ball.
Time dwindling in this third period, approaching the 2-minute mark. Landon clinging to their 1-goal lead. Joyce being pressured by Shanahan.
I think they saved that ball from going out of bounds just in time. Landon did. They're going to delay a game 30 seconds for failure to advance.
So just like that, Georgetown Prep will get possession back. Strip Matter. And sloppy play all around in this contest. Once again, want to remind you, since 1997, Madlax is lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out madlax.com to learn about tryouts for the DC area competitive summer all-stars camp program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 through 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention Metro Lax Series to receive a 15% discount. Visit madlax.com, and as always, play with passion. And once again, it seems like deja vu, waning minutes of this third period. Landon with possession.
Landon's run Peter Lako, number 6, out of the midfield here to try to get a short stick matchup, and they have it. He's going to attack right away.
Lako already with the goal today.
See, that's a smart adjustment that they made, I guess, at halftime. He's a better midfielder, in my opinion, and if he can get a short stick, that is a huge opportunity for Landon.
Valencia behind the goal, defended by Lanham. And again, Landon the opportunity, if they choose to hold for the last shot at the end of the first half. We saw them hold the ball for a long time, but Hank Brown this time, a beautiful goal by Brown. He's been looking all day.
Outstanding dodge down the alley and stuck it with his offhand. That's impressive. Drexel's going to love this kid.
He is such a workhorse. We've talked about him all day long. Has been battling, and finally Hank Brown able to get some goal scoring going in this second half. 51 seconds remaining in this third period. Landon 4, Georgetown Prep 2. Landon has led the entire way.
Prep just can't penetrate Joyce. I mean, they're having opportunities. They just can't score on Joyce.
There, Georgetown Prep with an opportunity, winning the face-off. Giblin up top. Plenty of time remaining in this third period for Georgetown Prep to test Alec Joyce. Giblin looking, gives it up to Horning.
It's a good look by Giblin. He's got such great vision, Liam Giblin does. But
once again, Alex Joyce coming up strong, even though an errant pass right there.
Both teams are having a hard time clearing the ball because both teams are so well coached on the ride and don't give up anything easy. But they could take a little more time. We've seen 2 30-second delay games on the clear, the failures to advance. That's rare. Usually you don't see but maybe one of those a season.
13.2 seconds remaining in this third period. Prep will have to hurry. This is Shanahan up top for the Little Hoyas.
5.
That shot by number 29, Jack Cleary, the Middleburg commit. And that will end our third period. Landon 4, Georgetown Prep 2. Landon getting it done on the back of Alex Joyce. And now let's head over to Leah Reich for another update.
Hey guys, this really is a matchup that we all wanted to see. The score kind of tells the story of just how well both these defenses have been playing. And you know, sitting here close to the field, you're really seeing how physical these guys are getting out there. Coach Giblin at halftime preached to his team the importance of communication, and they're going to have to work as a team if they want to get back on track here in the fourth quarter. Back to you.
Thanks, Leah. And so 1 period left to play. Landon has led the entire game so far. They were coming out today looking to make a statement. They have so far, but against a team like Georgetown Prep, you're only up by 2. The fourth period is where it all matters.
This is where it comes down to who wants to take control of this game, which player is going to carry the team. Right now we've seen Hank Brown do it and Alex Joyce do it for Landon. Looking for someone from Prep. I would look for Liam Giblin, number 3 for Georgetown Prep, to quarterback the offense, to control the offense next time down. Maybe generate shots with Brendan Collins. The defense has stepped up for Prep. That last hit was very big. That was a big physical hit on Hank. Didn't seem to affect him. He came right back and scored, but Prep needs to ride that energy created by that hit.
If anything, that hit might have fired Hank Brown up a little bit more, because that was quite a shot that Hank Brown ended the third quarter with for Landon. But you're exactly right. Georgetown Prep looking right now for a momentum swing, for some big plays. They have so many big playmakers. It was Liam Giblin that was one of the ones for Georgetown Prep against St. Stephen St. Agnes. That was a close game, almost from start to finish. Neither team could get to hold on to the momentum for very long.
Well, I talked to the Georgetown Prep coaches before the game, and I asked them, was that one of your best games you played this year against St. Stephen's? And they said that was our best. And we can see actually today that they are not playing as well as they did against St. Stephen's. They have the ability to play at that level, and if they do, that would even this up. So here we go.
Once again, let's have a
quick
message from our sponsor.
If you need a new car, you absolutely have to come to Sport.
They made me feel like I was part of their sport family.
They have the biggest selection, great prices, and everybody's nice.
I'm Annalisa from Hyattsville, and I'm a sport fan.
Sport Chevrolet, the sport fan too.
Face off underway. Landon coming up with possession. The Bears looking to hold on and win a big IAC matchup against their arch rival, Georgetown Prep. Hank Brown has been getting it done for the Landon Bears today.
Sam Lamson won his first pure face-off there that he picked up his own ground ball. That's big for Landon.
And Lako as well, another player that has had such a huge game. You've been talking a lot about him, Cab.
Yeah, they're running him out of the midfield now, and they've gotten short sticked on him. It's working. Number 6, Peter Lako with the ball.
And we've seen Landon be very patient on possessions, working the ball around. Of course, we've also seen them turn the ball over a couple of times, but here is where it all counts in this contest. The Bears starting to feel it. Valencia behind the goal for Landon, pressured.
Landon's put in number 1, Sean O'Brien, on attack in place of Lako. O'Brien's a sophomore who's gotten a lot of minutes this year, so it's not a problem for Landon. And I think it's a smart move, given that Peter's getting a short stick. Charlie's got to move the ball on here.
That shot by Lako.
You can tell that Charlie, number 11, wants to make something happen, as he should. He's a senior, he's a leader and a captain, but he probably is dodging a little too long in that last attempt.
Well, of course, already 11 goals on the season for Schneider. He has not scored in today's contest so far for Landon. Looked like that shot by Podolicchio.
They called Matt Podolicchio. They called Matt Podolicchio for being in the crease, actually, even though he got absolutely jacked from behind. That's the way it goes sometimes for attackmen around the goal.
Georgetown Prep quickly down the field come the Little Hoyas. Giblin will give it up behind the goal to Altimus. And now Now Georgetown Prep looking to get something going early in this fourth quarter, down by 2. Just have not been able to take hold of the momentum today in this contest. Cleary trying to create, gives it up to Ultimus. Quick shot there by Bear Ultimus.
No one came to pick him up. It was smart play by Bear. I would go with get the ball to number 3 here. To Liam.
Giblin
But it seems like Prep just wants to keep going from the midfield all day. Oh my gosh.
Another shot, that one by Colin Giblin.
Colin's got to put that one away. You don't get many of those. And beautiful pass by Townsend Brown.
And now Liam Giblin behind the goal. Hands off to Ultimus. Ultimus defended by Povich. And Georgetown Prep very quickly.
That was an amazing feed by Bear.
Townsend Brown with the finish for the Little Hoyas. Once again, our score. Now Landon up by 1 after a beautiful goal. And as you said, it was a beautiful feed from Ultimus to set up the Townsend Brown score.
Unbelievable feed. He led him cutting down high to low, and he caught it through about 3 or 4 guys in traffic and was on the doorstep. There's no way Joyce could have even been prepared for that one. It's as good a catch as it was a feed. It's hard to see the ball coming through there, and Townsend grabbed it and stuck it. Nice play.
And I think very important, Georgetown Prep very quickly getting a goal in this fourth quarter. Landon coming up with another face-off. Nice defense as Alec Joyce will come out to corral the ball for Landon. Schneider pressured. Georgetown Prep very aggressive on the ride. You see Ultimus trying to make something happen. Now they get the ball in the hands of Hank Brown. Certainly one of the players, they want bringing the ball up the field. And Landon will not let up in this contest. Sean O'Brien.
That sequence of events was enormous. Not only was it an incredible clear, Hank Brown got late hit after the feed. They're going to be man up. I believe it's going to be a dead ball foul. Incredible finish by Sean O'Brien in there too. But that ride was amazing. I didn't think they were going to clear it. I thought it was going to be a turnover or a delay a game or something. And then not only did they clear the ball, they score. Amazing play by Hank to get that defined Sean off ball there.
You took the words out of my mouth because that was completely created by Hank Brown, getting the ball up the field, finding Sean O'Brien, the sophomore, for Landon. And seconds later, after Georgetown Prep and the Townsend Brown goal, Landon finds a way to score.
We're getting a timeout, Landon here. That was a huge sequence. I love that sequence. You can tell the energy and the intensity is picked up here in the fourth quarter, as evidenced by that play right there. I mean, that ride was as good as a ride as you can do. Everyone was hitting. There was balls deflected. They were popping along the sidelines. There's good hits. Good athletic play by Charlie Schneider, number 11, to split dodge a couple of guys and get the ball out somehow. And then the open field play by Hank Brown was absolutely unbelievable. You really can't coach that. He found someone on the backside. And then Prep, probably in frustration, destroyed Hank after he made the foul. And now they're going to find themselves on a man-down face-off, I believe. We'll check that real quick.
Well, in some ways, you certainly do feel for Georgetown Prep. They did everything that they needed to do. They scored the goal. They pressured on the ride. But Landon, so strong on that last possession. And we've talked so much about it, Cav, but this game comes down to who wants it more. And Landon right there really showing how much they want it.
Yeah, and they're riding their seniors. I mean, Charlie Snyder's playing very well. Joyce is playing great. I mean, their seniors they know how to handle this type of emotional game, and it's proven effective. They're keeping the ball in the hands of their seniors, more so than Georgetown Prep.
Absolutely. The seniors coming to play today for Landon. We've talked so much about Joyce. He has been sensational, start to finish, in today's contest. And of course, this is no surprise to anyone who's a Landon fan. They are well aware of what a strong goalkeeper they have. An important face-off coming up for both of these two teams. Landon's done a nice job in of winning some face-offs and getting some opportunities.
Sam Lamson, number 19, has won 2 in a row, and this is a man-up face-off. Very important face-off. Prep needs this face-off to try to kill the penalty. They can't go down. They can't go to man down and go down 3 here. Prep needs this face-off desperately.
Of course, we've talked so much about Chris Hampton, who is so dynamic, but look at Landon. Talk about wanting the ball. Number 11 for the Bears coming up with it, Schneider, and again, one of the seniors.
I mean, that right there, Landon, I mean, maybe it was because it was a man-up face-off, but Landon hasn't put Schneider on the wing much at all this year. That little wrinkle right there proved to work.
And again, our live coverage today brought to you by Sport Automotive, Chevrolet, and Honda. Be a sport fan too, visit sportautomotive.com. And a quick shot, a quick score, Hank Brown. What a play by the Drexel-bound Hank Brown.
And he was fed by the senior. It's senior to senior, and these guys are playing like with total confidence right now. They've got their swagger back that we talked about before the game. It's going to be tough for Prep, but you know, I've watched quite a few of these games. You know, I've probably watched about 10 or 12 of these games, and I've seen them come back from way more than 3 goals in a lot less time. So this game, as all the alumni watching, is far from over.
But you go back to that face-off win, Cab. You talked about how important it was for Landon to come up with that face-off. Not only did they get it, but they get the goal by Hank Brown. They're up by 3. Biggest lead of the day for the Bears. And again, Leah talked a little bit about the physical play. You're certainly seeing it right now out of both of these two teams.
Yeah, Lamson is bringing it on the face-off. He's changed his move. He's going to a clamp and just pulling it between his legs. And it's worked the last, I believe, 4 times in a row now. He's pulled a couple to himself. That one they didn't get. They got unlucky, but still he's winning the clamp and draw, which is surprising to me.
And again, Lamson, one of those seniors, the seniors stepping it up for Landon in one of the biggest games of the year for both of these two teams.
Prep's got to go with Liam here. He hasn't touched the ball enough, and you can see he's got the ball on a stick here. Excellent vision. He's got to get the ball way more.
He gives it up to Brown, who scored the last goal for Prep.
I'd go, and he just didn't.
Georgetown
a little bit of a force there by Townsend. Too fast of a possession. They need to have a little bit more poise than that.
So Prep turning it over, giving yet another opportunity to Landon. Landon up by 3, 7 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in this important IAC contest for both of these two teams. Georgetown Prep 1-0 so far in the IAC. Landon 0-1 after their loss to Bullis, and coming out today playing like they want this victory very badly.
Yeah, Marshall Peters just made a great clear. Marshall Peters is their #1 short stick D midi, and he's had a great game playing the top middies for Georgetown Prep and doing a nice job so far.
And once again, Landon with the luxury here to be very patient on offense.
Coach Boardley, J.R. Boardley, was telling me that he thinks Marshall Peters is one of the best athletes on the team and surely one of the fastest kids on the team. Great soccer player, and he's a one-man clearing machine, as evidenced on that last clear, who can go all day and run all day. You can tell Landon's slowing this down a little bit right now already, under 6 minutes to go.
So Landon showing great awareness, being very patient here, but again, we have seen them turn the ball over a couple of times when they have been patient and worked the ball around. So right now, Landon needs to protect the ball. Nice defense by Georgetown Prep.
Yeah, that was a good double. Took the ball away from Garrett Fellows there.
And now Prep with an opportunity. We saw them score very quickly into this 4th period, courtesy of Townsend Brown. That shot goes wide. And it will be Landon ball.
Offsides at the midfield there behind the play on Prep. That's why there's a turnover.
And now Landon with an opportunity once again to work some time off the clock, but we've talked about the clearing troubles that both of these two teams have had in today's contest. And you see Prep pressuring right there.
You hate to see offsides in the fourth quarter in such a vital point in the game. Something's just not clicking back there. Somebody tiptoed the line. Now they got to send out doubles again. Prep has to send out doubles again and try to get the ball. There's 4:44 in the game. And Landon, as you can see, is spreading it out.
And once again, the ball in the hands of Hank Brown, the quarterback of this Landon team. He has 2 goals on the day so far for the Bears. And Landon happy to keep the ball in the hands of Brown as long as possible. Brown trying to get loose. What a game by Hank Brown. 3 goals on the day. He is on fire. And Cab, you said it before, but these seniors for Landon clearly want this W.
Yeah, you can tell the seniors want a little bit more than the Prep seniors. And I'm a little bit surprised to see the Prep defense allowing goals like that here in the fourth quarter. Hank Brown is playing at an unbelievable level in this game. We were talking about his grit and his energy and being the heart and soul of the team, but he is just playing spectacular offensive game. That's his 3rd goal of the game, and he's got an assist. He's got 3 goals and an assist.
It was a 1-goal game early in this fourth period, and then Hank Brown has taken over for Landon. Landon up by 4, and now everything going the way of Landon.
Mark Strabo, the defensive captain for Landon, just took the ball away from Bear Ultimus there.
Three minutes, 53 seconds remaining. Landon up by 4. Our score, Landon 7, Prep 3. A player down on the field, slow to get to his feet. And once again, want to remind you that since 1997, Madlax is lacrosse for DC, Maryland, and Virginia families. Check out madlax.com to learn about tryouts for the DC area's most competitive Summer All-Stars program and summer camps for boys and girls ages 7 to 18. Visit one of 3 area retail stores and mention Metro Lax Series to receive a 15% discount. Visit madlax.com, and as always, play with passion.
Happy to see that Chad Stripmatter there is okay. It's going to be Landon ball off the referee timeout, and they've got it in number 15 hand, and they're still short sticking number 15, Hank Brown.
And Hank Brown will give the ball up at least momentarily. Under 4 minutes to play, 3 minutes, 42 seconds on the game clock. Landon up by 4.
Prep sent the goalie out of the goal so they can send double teams like that and still shut off everybody, which is a common play here for teams that are down. You see him doubling the ball. The goalie's out guarding the ball. These are the desperate measures you have to take when you're down.
And Landon has set themselves up and put themselves in the driver's seat in this contest, coming alive in the fourth quarter, stretching this lead out to the biggest lead of the day, up by 4.
I think it's going to be Georgetown Prep ball. It is, yeah.
Not a lot of time remaining, but in lacrosse, 4 goals, not a lot. This is plenty of time for Georgetown Prep to get back into this game.
Coach Giblin's going to have to pull a miracle here to get these kids to start scoring quickly.
Well, and of course, the big problem with Alex Joyce back in goal, they're going to have to find a way to get around the Georgetown-bound senior.
For sure. I mean, they're probably thinking too much now.
Giblin.
They're not going to score from that angle. They got to get a higher angle than that.
Now Ultimus already scored today. Ultimus with the shot. And look at Joyce running out of goal, trying to get possession. Dangerous pass.
That was lucky. Things seem to be going Landon's way. I mean, he threw that ball up, completely lost it, and landed right in the crease, and Landon caught it.
But Georgetown Prep quickly winning possession back.
and they turn it over.
Throwing the ball away. Very sloppy play in this last 30 seconds. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. Landon in control, up 7-3.
I would not want to be in the locker room at Georgetown Prep after the game, after this one. I mean, this is just not the way Prep expected to play or wanted to play, especially going into the fourth quarter within one goal. See that Landon just picked it up and Prep was unable to match their intensity.
And really all day long today, Landon has been in control. If you want to purchase a copy of this broadcast or any of the broadcasts from the Metro Lac series, go online to www.synthesismp.com. And I think a lot of the Landon fans are going to want a copy of this one because this has been a great showing for their Bears. And again, you have to credit Landon looking for that signature marquee win of the season.
For sure, this is it. I mean, this means a lot more than beating Haverford, not only for the players and the coaches, but for the school and the alumni. And this will kickstart their season. They've created the confidence that they were missing. They've figured out how to put it all together, and I think it bodes well for them for the rest of the year. You can expect these two teams to play each other in the semifinal or finals of the IAC championship, as they have many times. But St. Stephen's is going to be there. St. Albans is there. Episcopal's there. Bullis is now beaten Landon, who's beaten Prep. So now the Bullis Prep game is going to be huge.
Absolutely, and of course, this Landon team yet to play St. Stephen's, St. Agnes. A very tough team on their agenda as well. But for right now, Landon, with 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in this contest, the Bears with possession, going to their goalkeeper, Joyce.
Georgetown Prep's putting on a 10-man ride, which means the goalie's out of the goal, and that's a heck of a throw by Joyce. He just can't do anything wrong. I mean, he was completely covered and getting beaten on by an attackman, and he finds a cutting Peter Lako. It's a good 10-man ride. You don't see many 10-man rides anymore. I used to love them as a player when the coach called it, and you see right there why. I mean, it is extremely hard to clear against 10-mans.
And you see the Landon student section right there. They are so proud of their team right now. Under 2 minutes remaining in this contest. Georgetown Prep down by 4. And now the Little Hoyas are going to have to hurry. They need their big guns to get involved. Townsend Brown, already a goal on the day. Looking, nothing there. Trying to sneak around the crease, heavily defended is Brown and Alex Joyce. No surprise.
Great defense by Marshall Peters again. It was a quality shot, but Joyce is just not going to give you any sort of angle today on low angle shots, any sort of net to show or anything.
And again, you said it, it was well defended all the way. Peters doing a great job on defense today for the Bears. And now the Bears with the luxury possession. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. Landon up by 4.
Now Landon's going to call a timeout and make sure they win this game. Not do anything crazy or dumb.
And of course, the conditions today a little tough. It is so windy here at Georgetown Prep. A chilly day in early April.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. The players don't feel it, but with this wind chill, it is chilly. It's probably why the crowd's not as big for the normal Landon Prep game. Maybe they're all at home watching on the computer.
And for all of your high school sports stories, game coverage, videos, photo galleries, and recruiting news, visit allmetsports.com, a product of the Washington Post. Allmetsports.com, every school, every sport, all the time. And now once again, under 2 minutes remaining, 1 minute, 5 seconds left in this contest. Landon, you have to give the Bears so much credit because they came out in this contest all fired up in that first quarter, and they've never let up.
Yeah, I mean, Georgetown Prep hasn't had an answer to Hank Brown, and he's been unbelievable. You got to wonder where Kyle Shanahan has been. I mean, Liam Giblin, number 3, hasn't stepped up, and those are the seniors that I expected and would have predicted would have matched what Hank Brown has done.
And Landon just called that last time out, so we will see here what Rob Boardley has up his sleeve for this last minute, 5 seconds. You talked about the chess match between these two coaches and the fact that Landon came out today with so many different looks, things that have not been shown all season long.
Yeah, you just got to run like crazy here. They put the ball down pretty quickly.
So a little life here for Georgetown Prep. They are down by 4, under 1 minute remaining, 52.3 seconds on the clock. Interception by number 7, Philip Pena.
The riding's been outstanding today for Landon.
And Landon doing everything. Charlie Schneider with the exclamation point for the Landon Bears.
It's fitting that he as a senior gets a goal in this game. As hard as he's played, he deserves a goal. It's a nice look.
And really the score does not reflect what this contest has been like, because it's really been in the last 6 or so minutes that Landon has been on fire. They are unstoppable right now.
I think Coach Giblin called it timeout here.
So a teaching moment here
for
Coach Giblin.
Teaching moment. Maybe he's going to put the some backups in, let them be a part of this game. He's probably extremely upset right now. Again, I wouldn't want to be in that locker room after the game.
But meanwhile, for Coach Boardley, I think he has to be so happy with the way that his team came out today, because certainly they were considered the underdogs in this contest. I mean, when it's Landon, they're always an exceptional team, but given their record, the season that they've had, they were the underdogs, but they were the team that came out today thstart to finish that wanted this win. Yeah, it's really amazing. I've seen them play 4 or 5 times this year. They look like a completely different team. They've been holding things close to the vest, and everything seemed to click and fall into place beautifully here today. And I think you put the nail on the head when you talked about the seniors for this Landon team. And if you don't believe how important this game is for these teams, watching these seniors play today, you really begin to understand. Yeah, they know how important this game is, how much it means to everybody in the school, and they're not going to be part of a senior class that loses to the rival. 38 seconds left on the game clock. Landon has stretched this lead out. They are up 8-3 in this contest over Georgetown Prep. Both teams have subbed all 10 players now. And so as you suggested, both coaches giving opportunities here for some of the younger players to step in and get a piece of this rivalry. Georgetown Prep. Quick shot number 13, Jack Olson. That was actually a save by Will Murdy, their backup. Good save. He picked up where Joyce left off. Certainly feeling it today after watching Alex Joyce. There's 0.4 seconds to go in the game, and I think they're going to count that goal. That goal by number 9, Tanner Holyfield. Certainly a nice way for Georgetown Prep to end this contest. Kind of killed the energy of the Landon students who were halfway onto the field. Now they got to go back and get off the field and restorm the field. 0.4 seconds remaining on the game clock. Landon up 8-4. This last face-off just a formality, as the officials have actually put a full second back on the game clock, and that will do it. The Landon Bears win this chapter of one of the greatest rivalries in DC area sports, defeating Georgetown Prep 8-4 on Georgetown Prep's home field. These seniors for Landon deserve this victory, and none more so than Alex Joyce and Hank Brown.
Yeah, they were outstanding. Schneider played great. Actually, the defense, we haven't talked much about the Landon defense, but to only allow 3 goals against their starters is incredible. That's impressive, and they put it together. Went straight man-to-man, nothing fancy. I mean, they did rely on Joyce to make some amazing saves, but they did very well. They shut down the Prep attack. Bear Ultimates had 1 goal. I take that back, but they did a nice job on Liam and Horning and the other and Colin as well.
And so with that, Landon's record in the IAC goes to 1-1. Georgetown Prep's record in the IAC also at 1-1. But as we talked about, there is no regular season championship this year in the IAC. It is all about the seeding for the conference tournament. And as you alluded to, Cab, these 2 teams are probably going to see each other again.
Yeah, most likely in the finals. Hopefully in the finals for their sake. But if St. Stephen's has their way, or if Bullis has their way, they'll be in the finals.
Again, the IAC is such a tough place to play.
Definitely one of the top conferences in the country. All 6 teams are quality. Malcolm Lester at St. Albans does an amazing job. Scott Conklin does an incredible job, and their top 6 can match up against any top 6 from any conference in the country. Long Island or Baltimore. MIAA conference is just as good, but these top 6 can match up any day of the week.
I think when you look at the records that teams like Georgetown Prep and Landon have accumulated over the years, it is an important thing to mention. It's not that the IAC is a weak conference. They're beating quality teams year in and year out. It's just a credit to how good Georgetown Prep and Landon are. And certainly the Landon Bears proved that here today.
Yeah, we're going to get a conversation here with the MVPs, Hank Brown and Alex Joyce, along with Coach Boardley.
Certainly had such a great contest in today's matchup, and Leah Reich is standing with our players of the game and winning coach.
Coach, congratulations. Obviously any win is great, but this has to be especially sweet for you guys.
We've had a difficult season, so this makes us forget some of those losses early in the season. But as the kids know, this game really means nothing. It's the IAC tournament that determines who the league champion is. So that's the last thing I told them when we left the huddle. Don't celebrate. We'll start thinking about the next time we meet them.
What do you think your key ingredient to success was today?
This mutt standing next to me at the face-off X, and obviously Hank. We're screaming, don't shoot, hold the ball, 60 seconds means we want to hold it, and of course he goes to the goal and scores, and that's all right. If you can go to the goal and score, that's fine with me.
Alex, the Hoyas certainly didn't make it easy for you today, did they?
No, they did not. They have a lot of great shooters, and I think they had me scouted pretty well. They made it pretty obvious early on that they were going to shoot to my offside, and my goalie coach told me that, so I really wanted to get over there, and they had a lot of good looks, but the defense helped me out a lot. I got lucky a few times.
And Hank, obviously you win this game as a senior, coming out of playing such an awesome game.
It feels great. I mean, it's Prep Landon. I mean, enough said. Number 2 rivalry and like all across, and we want to win this game no matter what.
The team really looked like they played together. How was that teamwork so
I mean, teamwork is key in any team sport. I mean, we came out in the Haverford game where we won by 1 goal, and we really played as a team, and we want to repeat that every single game, and today was another repeat of that, and that's why we executed so well. That's why we scored 8 goals, kept on to 4 goals.
Well, congratulations, and thank you guys very much.
Very much. Thank you.
All right, back to
so
you.
You heard it, Landon. Coach Boardley talking about this has been a tough season for them, but this win right here really, I think, washes a lot of that away, because this is the quality Landon team that everyone's been expecting to see, and now everyone knows what Landon is capable of this year.
No question. I mean, this is going to turn their season around and build the confidence. You can see Hank Brown smiling there. I've actually had the good fortune of coaching Hank Brown. I coached him at lacrosse camp since he was about 7 years old, and he's always been a tough, gritty player like that and a leader. He got numerous Camper of the Day awards at our camps, and he got the MVP award today for sure, and probably the game ball from Coach Boardley.
Absolutely, and of course Alex Joyce as well. You can't take away what he did this entire senior class for Landon. Now for Georgetown Prep, on the other hand, as we've talked about it, they have a rough IAC schedule to go through. They have that Langley game coming up, and so certainly you have to imagine Coach Giblin's going to have a lot, as you alluded to say to his team.
Well, they're kneeled here behind, right in front of us, but he'll probably get him in the locker room, get him in the practice field tomorrow, and put it back together, because today they did not play at the level they did against St. Stephen's at all, and they know they can play better than that, and they need to if they want to beat Bullis and the other top teams and get back for a rematch against Landon.
So again, Landon, your winners here today. Tomorrow we will have Robinson at Westfield, so join us for the next installment of the Metro LAC Series. For Cab Maddox and Leah Reich, I'm Monica Moore. We'll see you next time.